What about all the cartoon characters that will
That's
go down
what
in
I wanna
history as the
talk
most
about.
inspiring, creative, raunchy,
cartoons.
weird? Like there was nothing of its kind. Ren and
We
Stimpy.
want to remember raunchy and weird?
Yes.
Over
Ren and
classic
Stimpy.
family tales?
If there wasn't Ren and Stimpy, none of the South Park, none of those other adults.
Let
were they
your
for
freak
kids?
flag
Maybe
fly.
not. Yeah. But they were, you know what? They were early on, like very big inspirations as to like what I wanted to do. Like I remember the first time I saw Sarah Silverman, I was like, she's Ren and Stimpy, but like as a comedian. Like
Right.
it inspired so many kids to like be goofy and be silly.
If you're gonna talk about the cartoons on Nickelodeon versus the cartoons of Disney Channel, I think it's sort of game over.
They got away with so much.
Rocko's Modern Life. These shows were for kids, right? But the way they were like thoughtful and weird and interesting, and like Rocco and his best friend Heifer and the neighbors Mr. and Mrs. Big Head. This is hilarious.
Rocco was gay. We later found out.
find out Rocco's
so that's
gay.
important. That's important for children.
Wait, not in the show
also,
though, right?
Yes, in the show.
So
wow.
Rocco had a friend, Filbert, which was a turtle. Filbert had OCD. I have OCD. There was an episode
Because
where
of
Filbert,
Filbert or just you
no,
related?
I've had it.
Okay.
But there's an episode where Filbert is like, he is worried about having his hands be dirty, and he works at a comic book store. And there's this, I don't know if we're allowed to keep this in, but he would be like, you turn the page, you wash your hands. He had OCD, and I remember being like, wow, I felt seen, and I felt like it's okay that I'm a little OCD. And so
Seinfeld
is Filbert.
wouldn't have existed without Filbert.
And then Rugrats also, like Tommy Pickles was this real kind of like hero of a guy. Okay, he's a little baby.
He's a baby,
but he was making the right decision. He was a good guy, and I remember not having a lot of guidance, not knowing. This was before I found God. Tommy.
Wait, sorry, this was before you found
I was
God.
watching Rugrats before I found God. Tommy was a bit of a
Really?
Jesus Christ figure. He was making really good decisions. He was like, defeating Angelica.
For a baby.
Angelica
Not defeating,
was
defeating his family
she was
member.
very mean.
She was
Angelica was
mean.
mean. And Tommy did the right thing every time. Okay. And Chucky was nervous and Tommy was there for him. This show, like it really, and that's like Rugrats. I had Rugrats before I had Hey Arnold, but these shows sort of like, I remember vividly as like a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old being like, what would Tommy Pickles do? I'm not joking.
Really?
No, I believe you.
Was there an episode
Yeah.
of Rugrats you're sitting at home that you're like, oh my God, this was so formidable to my coming up? Let us know
Or
about
was
it.
there a character on Rugrats that really spoke to you? Because I didn't even talk about Grandpa.
What was the Barbie's name? The weird Barbie.
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Yeah. Cynthia was.
grandpa.
I always think about Cynthia and like how you could see all the little hairs that were pulled out of her head,
yeah.
like just the way the cartoons looked. Also, the design was nothing we had ever seen before on TV. Like
It was
bright
very
colors,
weird.
really cool collagey type of stuff. Like very inspiring.
Yeah.
To like how we dress and how we.
And it
Okay,
just
as
gave
far
babies
as-
a platform.
Yeah.
Babies need to be heard.
As far as animated on Disney, I feel like Kim Possible and Proud Family are like the top two
I
for
would
me.
say.
Kim Possible was like weird. She had a naked mole
She was-
rat that
guys,
was like, and the fashion, like the way her pants were like
How
kind
about
of
the
curvy.
fact that we
She had a
never
butt.
really saw like girl superheroes like that? Like sure we had like
Yeah.
our Sailor Moons and our card captor Sakuras, but I feel like when it came
what?
to like the average everyday girl, like that's who Kim Possible was.
Yeah.